Welcome to. This is the sixth time I've tried to film this. Four times. It was due to the fact it made me laugh so bad. The other two times because I was having a problem with this damn camera because I put a screen on it, a screen protector on the screen, and there was crap on it. It was pissing me off. Guys, I'm going to call this I Can't Stop Laughing. Because this show made my ass laugh real bad, and it made me have gas. I've been belting in and out of doing these videos. I may actually belch while I'm doing this video, so I apologize if I tend to stop because I'm trying not to belch my ass off. But maybe I should say that. Maybe I should call it belching my ass off instead of just laughing my ass off or something. But guys, listen to me. When it came to this show, this wasn't a great show. I'm sorry. The ending ruined it. Look, there is a point of like a B movie. Here is a standard. Here's a great movie outside the frame. Here's a standard movie. Here's a bad movie. Here's a B movie. That B movies can turn into an epic movie. If it's bad enough, it doesn't make a difference what it is. It is so badly shot, so badly choreographed, so badly stupid, it can become epic and make you laugh. And that means it's no longer a bad movie. It is an epic movie, even though it's terrible. This ain't it. The booking on this was absolutely stupid. It's stupid, honestly. The booking in this show was stupid. And it makes you laugh how stupid it is. I couldn't stop laughing at the choices that were made. Okay, let's get into it. I did not see the kickoff show. I do know that Morrison had to go through a match. That match was going to be for the chance at the U.S. title. So I don't need to think about it because Morrison did win. That's all I know. I didn't watch it. The Smackdown Elimination Chamber match. If the winner survives, he goes up against Roman Reigns immediately after. You had Sami Zayn. You had Kevin Owens. You had Baron Corbin. I'm not calling him King Corbin. Baron Corbin. You had Jey Uso. And then you got Daniel Bryan and Cesaro starting it. Now, look. I love me Cesaro. That guy is so incredibly talented. And I got to say this honestly. Him re-signing with the WWE, that is his choice. He's nearing my age. He's in his 40s. I think he's about 41 years old. Late 30s, early 40s. He's not young. He's just slightly younger than I am. Easily. He's either 8 to maybe, I think he's either 41 or maybe 39. My guess he's about 40, 41 years old. He's just slightly younger than me. He's going to stay there because, hell, he's getting good money even though they just cut their bonuses. And no one else is getting any promotion even though they're making money. I don't agree with it, but that's what Vince decided to do. Not anyone else. Vince decided that. Not the shareholders. Not Bruce Pritchard. Not Triple H. Not Steph. Vince made that choice. I'm not here to tell you if it's right or wrong. It's obvious he's wrong. But the point is, he chose to stay. Where he could have gone somewhere else. Seeing him in this match just shows how great he is as an in-ring competitor with Daniel Bryan. That was the major best thing I saw of the entire match. Not taking anything away from everybody else, but seeing how Cesaro is such a talented wrestler. And maybe he can't handle the main title scene. Maybe he can. But the way they book him, it doesn't look like he's ever going to get there. People thought he was going to get pushed. I didn't think that. I didn't see it and I didn't think it because until he could actually get somewhere, I didn't believe it. The first person that got into the Elimination Chamber was Baron Corbin. I was not surprised. Neither I was surprised about... Well, let me take that back. I was kind of surprised that it wasn't Sami Zayn. I thought Sami Zayn should have started from the ones in the chamber. But I thought either it was going to be Corbin or it could be... Maybe it was going to be Corbin. But I knew it had to be Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn was second instead of first. Jey Uso came in right after Kevin Owens. Now, was this a good match? Yeah, it wasn't a bad match. But here's the thing, guys. You had one thing. People have been talking, more than a few, that Daniel Bryan should have been the better choice than Edge. To be honest, I'm not in the camp of either one of them. in the sense of this. We had the match finish, and it was Daniel Bryan who won. He tried to get the yes lock on a Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns busted his face open with his elbow strikes and then ended him with a choke. Done. Ended. He's going to WrestleMania. That was it. Until Edge speared him and he sold it. And now they're having the match because they're immediately winning, 10 to 15 minutes. Not even less than 10, maybe 8 minutes. They announced now, Edge, Roman Reigns. People saying more than once, it writes itself. No, it doesn't. Neither one of them should lose at WrestleMania. How can anyone be those? Calm down. Everyone's right to their opinion. But how can they see an Edge losing in this situation? How can they see a Roman Reigns losing in this situation? It was a no-win situation for either one of them. Both of them need to win. They do. You want to make sure Edge gets something because he lost his title in 2000 because of his neck. He deserves to win. Then Roman Reigns, who is the most entertaining heel they've had in the company in years, he must win. So now you team them against one another. You put them against one another. You're forcing them to fight one another. And it's a no-win situation that a lot of people are not going to like. This is Vince's decision. Yes, Adam Edge pitched it because he wants the big payday. He wants to be the main event. It's obvious. But it's not going to help Roman Reigns. And to be honest, it's not going to help Edge either. It's not. Let's move on. Now, we got... I don't understand about Bad Bunny. Now, I understand that he's doing something with the 24/7 championship, and he was at Raw. No. Yeah, he was on Raw. Was it Raw or was it? No, Smackdown. I'm sorry. Since I don't watch the product, I tend to forget. He was on Smackdown. He's been dealing with Miz and Morrison. He now has the title. They're doing something. He was on SNL. They just want publicity for WWE. That's where it goes. I almost belched. I told you I was laughing so much, I now got gas. So I'm sorry if I belch. I'm sorry. Seeing himself... He smacks Miz twice. Then Damian Priest gets into Miz's face. Wonderful. Wonderful. Not really. I just don't feel it. For the 24/7 championship, yeah, you're getting an outsider to deal with it. But then, are you going to care, especially that, guess what? Sooner or later, you're going to see a R-Truth get it back. Unless they're really going to keep it on him. Which I don't think so. Moving on. Now, the women's tag... You know what? Yeah, I'm going to leave it. The women's tag title match of Jackson Bassler versus Sasha and Bianca Bellaire. Man, both of those women are absolutely flawless. Bianca has great charisma, great in-ring work. She's worked her butt off. She's shown it. And she feels like a main eventer. You got Sasha Banks. She easily has a presence that's bigger than life. She's one of the best wrestlers in the company. Yes, she has some moments of botching. Yes, there's going to be people who say, no, she can't wrestle. She can. She wrestles better than Charlotte. You know why? Because she can sell to others. Tell me when the last time Charlotte sold properly and done on purpose. And don't mention Lacey Evans, who is now pregnant. It doesn't work because they're both sloppy together. You got these two wonderful women dealing with a Nia Jax, where the only thing that matters is her falling onto the hardest part of the ring, nailing a Lana and screaming my hole. Yes, I've heard it. I didn't want to make a video on it because it didn't make any sense. Why would I give any thought about a Nia Jax screaming about her butthole? The only reason I would care is that I was with her and I want to see her butthole. I don't care about Nia Jax because she hurts so many women in the ring because she's so sloppy. I still say she needs to go back to Performance Center and NXT and work. She's been sloppy. She's hurt a dozen women. No, I'm sorry. She's hurt about 7 women, not a dozen. She's hurt about 7 women and maybe 2 men. 7 women and 2 men. That's a lot for someone to accomplish within 2 years, 3 at the most. That's not good. But you got these women, And then it's Shayna Baszler, who should be one of the most dominant women on the show, and she's not. She looks horrid. This is the match we got. I didn't give a damn about this match. And then Reginald, who's supposedly infatuated with a Makazi. If anybody's seen Up, Up, Down, Down, the first Up, Up, Down, Down inaugural champion who hasn't even touched the title, even before the damn pandemic. He didn't touch the damn title. I want Makazi to get his damn title back. He is the man that makes that title mean something. I want to see Makazi get his title back. But before that, I want to see him kick the ass of a Reginald because he's messing with his woman. Really? And at the end of the match, he comes out with champagne, and he's supposed to be working with Carmella. He's got champagne, and he rolls the bottle into the ring, shoves it near a Sasha. She's going, "What are you doing?" She holds it. She's going, "What are you doing?" She throws it away, and she gets nailed by Nia Jax. What was the point of this? You should have never teamed up together at all. It should have been about, if you're going to go anywhere, you should have done it with Naomi. And you could have done it with Lana because they were supposed to be doing something with them and they done nothing. I don't know why they teamed them together. There was no point in teaming them together. That's just me, you guys. Tell me below. Let's move on. We had the Raw U.S. title match. Matt Riddle. I don't like calling him Riddle. Matt Riddle. The John Morrison, like I said in the beginning of this review, what did I say in the beginning of the review? I think I did. Of him winning a match to get into this match. So this is the second match for him today. And you got Bobby Lashley. Here's the thing, guys. I don't care about Matt Riddle because they haven't booked him very well. I don't care about John Morrison. He should be by himself, wrestling by himself without The Miz, because he's a better wrestler than The Miz. Yes, his character isn't one of the best, but he can just get a mouthpiece. Yes, you can throw a mouthpiece on him. And I know some people, well, you're going to talk about Melina? Or you're going to talk about his wife, Taya Valkyrie? Taya's going to NXT, so she's not going to be involved in it. And I'm not saying for him to work with Melina, because I don't want to see that be, unless they are cool with each other, that Melina has dealt with Taya, and she says, "Look, I'm going to manage your man." And she says it's cool without no problem, because there could be a problem. You got to put him with a mouthpiece. Put him with somebody. Put him with, it would be the best to put him with Billie Kay, because she needs to do something. That's just me. But this is what you got. A match where it's a triple threat and anything goes. You got MVP literally walking out with a crutch. And you see Riddle grab the damn crutch. No, it was Morrison who grabbed the crutch, because he got pissed off at MVP messing with him. He gets nailed by Lashley. And then Riddle grabs the damn thing and uses it to win the U.S. title, and Lashley is livid. Let that sink in with you. It's understandable they want to protect Lashley, but they felt like it's better to let him get stripped of the title. Wouldn't it have been better to let Morrison take and eat the pin? Which, basically, if I'm right, Morrison did eat the pin. But Lashley gets nailed in the back with the crutch. What was the point of the crutch? You could have just let Morrison eat the pin. Period. That would have ended it. Honestly, I think Morrison should have won the U.S. title. And if they're going to do anything, they'll have The Miz have, well, you'll find out in a minute. He could have the U.S. title doing something. This is how I feel about it. I'm just saying. Now, let me see, am I forgetting anything? The Elimination Chamber music. They used the same music for both chamber matches. And I think they could have used another track to signify the difference between SmackDown's Elimination Chamber match with Roman Reigns and Raw's Elimination Chamber match with Drew McIntyre. I don't agree they used the same music. That's just cheaping out. They got a band with a decent woman who could sing. Couldn't she done 2 songs? Couldn't they have taken 2 songs from their album and have one for the Elimination Chamber for SmackDown and one for Raw, you guys tell me below. That would have given us more. And let me see if I'm forgetting anything. To be honest, if I'm forgetting anything, I personally don't care. I don't care. The Raw's Elimination Chamber match where Drew was involved in it. This, having Kofi, having Jeff, Sheamus, I got to look at it because I forgot. You got Kofi, Jeff, Sheamus, AJ, and Drew with Almond outside. Was it a bad match? No. Seeing that when, Orton. I forgot. Sheamus, Orton, Drew, Kofi, and Jeff. Seeing that Orton got eliminated by Kofi, what does that mean? You're going to do something with Kofi and Orton? That doesn't sound good. I don't know about that. They've already had their moment 2 years ago. They did. At WrestleMania. Well, I know that was Daniel Bryan and Kofi, but after WrestleMania, Kofi had his moment to really be exonerated because of, Randy Orton. We know that Randy really kind of screwed up his run that could have happened back in 2009. We know it. He's admitted it. So I don't know if they're going to rehash that. It's a wise thing to do. Seeing the ending of the match, that they didn't go with Sheamus. They didn't. Like what happened with Daniel Bryan, they didn't go with Daniel Bryan. They ended it with Daniel Bryan and go straight to Edge. You would think maybe they may do something with Sheamus, because who does Drew have to deal with? Unless you're going to bring in Jinder Mahal. And if anybody remembers how I used to talk years ago, back in 2016, I was happy that a Jinder Mahal became a champion on SmackDown, not because he was a great talent, but because I've always wanted the mid-card to have a shot at being booked into the main title scene. You had almost no one in the main title scene at that time, and then you had a huge amount of mid-carders. And I was just glad to see a mid-carder win the title. Doesn't mean I thought that Jinder Mahal was good at all. I just wanted him to be the first to get somewhere, like seeing an EC3 get in that position. Nope. It was just him. Nobody else but him. No one else important but him. And now we see this situation. Seeing that there was no one for Drew to work with except Sheamus or Orton. Nobody. So I can understand them stripping the damn title off of him, since they don't have anybody. The only person that made sense was Edge. I agree with JD, because now what? You now have Drew McIntyre eliminating a Sheamus, after Sheamus eliminates AJ Styles. Almond wasn't there because he got ejected, because he managed to get AJ out of the, he got him out of the chamber through the back. I don't have a shot at that. But clearly, they had nobody for Drew to deal with. They bring up the Cell. You bring out Lashley. Then I thought, whoa, Lashley. That could be an interesting person to go up against. They have been booking him pretty well. He has been pretty dominant. He just got hit in the back with a crutch because they didn't want him to basically job. It was about him. So it was kind of understandable. But then, he's in my face right now. And now he's out of my face. This is the most stupidest booking I've ever seen. You bring out The Miz after Lashley annihilates Drew, which he could have been his opponent. I'm not saying that would have been a great booking, but at least it would have been a decent booking, because they have been booking Lashley pretty dominant for at least a couple of months, easily. He's been booked dominant for a couple of months from the Hurt Business. And then you have him destroy a Drew, and then and this is what they said, if I'm wrong, tell me below, that the announcer said that it seemed that MVP talked to The Miz, and The Miz was allowed to come out and then pin Drew McIntyre I think I got a shot of him pinning him. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This was the most stupidest booking I've ever seen, and it shows they were trying to be so unpredictable. It was trash. I don't know about anybody else. I think the Slag Daddy Off the Ropes Show Center is going to be laughing his ass off because it shows how badly the WWE cannot book. They can't book. What was the point of The Miz? Cashing in now. What would they gain with The Miz? They barely booked The Miz with Morrison. For months, he's been a joke as a Money in the Bank briefcase holder. I had to think about it. He's been a joke for months. Months. Since last year, he's been a joke. Since he got that damn thing, and he's been working with John Morrison, who I really believe should have been on his own from the very beginning. What is the point of The Miz being a title holder? Are you going to do what I think you're going to do? It's either The Miz is going up against Drew at WrestleMania, which makes no sense, because unless they're going to make Drew deal with him at Fastlane, because he will have a rematch clause, I believe. Unless they're going to be stupid enough to go to Fastlane and Drew reclaiming his title, which makes no sense whatsoever. None. If you're going to be smart, you'll do it at WrestleMania, even though The Miz doesn't deserve it for the character work he's been doing, but it would make sense. Because at least then, The Miz dealing with Drew would make sense. If Drew was still champion and he got his butt kicked by a Lashley, you can build that into WrestleMania. Because now Lashley's just angry because he lost his US title and they give him something to do. Or you could do a Miz versus Bobby Lashley at Fastlane. He wins, goes to WrestleMania, and then what? Deals with Drew? Because Drew will still have a rematch clause unless he's going to try and get it after Fastlane if a Lashley gets it. Because I don't think it works that way, counting on when the WWE decides to follow procedure in a rematch clause. Understand, a rematch clause normally in wrestling goes, you're champ, you face somebody, you lose. If you lose, you have a rematch clause. In other words, you have the opportunity to face that person to get your title back. But if that person basically goes up against somebody else, they lose, under normal circumstances, your rematch clause is done because it's connected to the original person who won the damn title from you. That's how it normally works. But with WWE and their crazy booking, they may just let The Miz go up against Bobby Lashley. He loses, and then you're going to have Drew versus Bobby Lashley, which makes no damn sense because you could have just booked Drew getting his ass whooped by Lashley, and then he demands a match, and Lashley, with his incredible mouthpiece and an MVP, says, we're not doing it. We wanted WrestleMania, and Drew gives it to him. That would make the best sense, and this makes no sense whatsoever. Unless a John Cena's coming back, and he's going after his 17th title to break Ric Flair's record. This made no sense. This was the worst booking I've ever seen. It makes me laugh, and it's not funny booking that is epic. It's stupid booking that is so bad, it makes me feel sad, and it just makes me laugh even more. That it's so stupid. It makes me kind of sad, and then it makes me just laugh because why am I sad? Because they're stupid anyway. The Miz is in my face again. I don't know why I said sad. I'm not sad. This is stupid. This shows how the WWE is stupid. But this is just my point of view. Peace.